Yeah, it's your boy Fist into his ass, bringing another great edition, Socom 4 beta from the PS3. But that's what I do. Bring you new gameplay, new games, new everything. Now, I'm not a third-person shooter, and yesterday I was playing this, and they got... now, this game is very particular. You have, like, the Socom originals, like Black Widow 88 and those guys. They love the original style gameplay. And I'm a straight casual noob to this particular franchise. So the opinions that I'm giving you are based on whether or not, if you're a complete noob and you saw this game, would you pick it up? Do you have fun playing it? That's my interpretation of it. I would never give you a realistic 100% feelings about it because, first of all, I'm not a third-person shooter. Second of all, I haven't played this game enough in detail to break it down into components that would make sense to the diehard fans. All I'm appealing to is people who own an Xbox and have a PS3 and they're like, oh, a new game, and that like shooters like me. And I can tell you what I like about the game. I definitely like the game. And it's really hard to please fisticuffs because, first off, I'm not a first-person shooter. Let's get that out of the way. And second off, this thing right here is on dedicated servers. I think it's like 18 on 18. I mean, I heard a lot of people talking in the game while we're playing. Oh my God, it's like maggot. This is better than Call of Duty. You shoot somebody, they die. And then and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, because it's on dedicated servers, you shoot somebody, of course they're going to die. That's the fun of it. And I think people are just so used to shooting so many bullets at people and they don't go down. But this is another example. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Save your teammates! Assault! Here I'm assaulting this building. Oh, get the knife kill. That's how I do it. And look at this bitch ass. I was like gonna put down this claymore down here because I thought they would come down the stairs and come back for the revenge kill, but he never came back. And I was gonna sit out in this corner, because it's kind of hard. You get this like, you're running behind the player, so you're like this. You get a true 180, view. I guess you wouldn't say true 180. But somewhat of a 180 review of the enemy. Look at this guy jumping. He thought he was gonna get my guy. Saved his ass again. And maps are beautiful, detailed. I mean, there's a lot of detail to these maps. These are kind of like, look at this guy camping. Dead. You dead now, sucker. And you can zoom in if you press it. I guess it's a D3. The right analog, you press it in once you pull in the right bumper or the left bumper. Anyways, you got a lot of detail in the map, kind of like a Call of Duty type detail, which is really nice. I appreciate that. Here I go on a little knifing spree. 1 knife, 2 knives, 3 knives. I know, it's like I ran out of ammo and I should have picked up the shotty, but I didn't. And I'm like, damn, what should I do? And I'm completely a noob. I don't know what to do. And I should have went down and just spawn raped him, but I'm not a dick like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll leave a little flavor to it. And I should have stayed right here. And then I tried to pick up this gun and I turned my back and I got killed. But anyways, the diehards like Black Widow and those guys, I mean, they want the old school stuff back. And I don't blame them. A lot of people like old school Call of Duty 4 back. There's just that diehard crowd that loves those type of games. But if you're a noob like me, I was playing. This is data uplink where you have to capture like A, B, and C, and then take the package back, and you win the game. I was playing Suppression yesterday, and they had changed it today. You can't play that. Suppression's like Team Deathmatch, and see, they won that round, so it's up to us. We had to win this next round in order to win the game, I guess. And it was great. Right towards the end of the game, I pulled it off our team. It was like on the middle of the bridge, and our guys had to keep the enemy off it while we attacked. It was great. I just went to the middle and just went beastified on them. But it's great. You could switch you got 2 primaries, and you can switch really fast with I guess I call it the A button or the X. I don't know, the button on top. I guess it's triangle. And I like the way the characters, they got unlimited sprint, and you can advance your weapons to so many up mods. Look at this. Isn't that great? I don't know how I'm going to miss this guy. I was trying to get him. Sometimes these angles are tricky. If you're not a third-person shooter, you don't know, like, what can they see and what they can't see, and what angles you can get on them. And a lot of people talk in this game, which is cool. They're like, oh, dude, that dude's down there. Kill him. And look at that. It was double kill. Like, we both kill each other right there. I love that part. That's awesome, too. So, you know, I'm not a... First of all, I don't play my PS3 a lot. And if it wasn't for, you know, Mortal Kombat coming out on the 19th and Gears of War coming out for beta on the 25th of this month coming up, you know, I mean, if there was nothing out right now, I would definitely be playing Socom on the PS3. Because to me, the thing you need to know is that, first of all, if you own a PS3, it's free. Second of all, it's free dedicated servers. They're not making you pay a fee. Like a lot of games now, like Mortal Kombat, you have to pay a $10 fee, but it's the first fighting game on the servers that is giving you dedicated servers to a fighting game. That's unheard of. So a lot of these games now, they're like, listen, you know, it's gonna cost you one knife. It's gonna cost you like a $10 extra fee for dedicated servers. And I'd rather have dedicated servers than no servers at all. I mean, every game that's gonna put the Claymore, and I didn't even look to see if another guy was over there. Damn it! Total noob move. But, you know, it all works out for the best later on in the game. But what I could say is this, that a lot of games are coming out are all dedicated servers. So, you know, there has to be, I mean, I hope that Modern Warfare 2 is going to pull the strings on everybody and come out with a dedicated server. Now, if they come out with a dedicated server, it's a no-brainer. The game's over. I don't care how good Battlefield 3 and the rest of those games are, because dedicated servers on a Modern Warfare game means when you shoot somebody, they die. If they get rid of all the other bullshit like Last Stand, 3 times grenade, second chance, noob tubes, not taking up perk slots, all this other BS in the game that helps out horrible players. I mean, Call of Duty is the only game that rewards bad players. That's it. So, you know, I mean, it's a catch-22 situation out there. You know, there could be a lot to be said for these games. And, you know, people making these naive statements like, nothing's going to ever take down Call of Duty. You know, listen, you really are an idiot or a naive, stupid person to believe something like that. I mean, everything that has a beginning on this planet has an end. I don't care what you are. I mean, sooner or later, in time, you will meet your end one way or the other. Everybody who's listening to this video right now is going to die. You're going to die whether, you know, it's today, tomorrow, or 50 years from now. I mean, it's eventually going to happen. So just like Halo and Guitar Hero, they are all great games, and nobody ever thought that meal ticket was going to end. You know, come on, how many musicians and people who keep riding the gravy train think that money? Look at MC Hammer. That money's always going to be coming in. Just like these commentators that are making us money. I mean, you know, just like Sexy Phil, he thought he was going to be the top dog forever. Ray William Johnson came along and made America's funniest videos. That's all he did. He copied them. That was it. So the thing about it is that, you know, when you're hot, you're hot. And when your time is over, it's over. That's it. So, and people are not, and another thing too, it's not healthy for the gaming industry. You know, everybody is connected to the gaming. So it's not healthy when a game comes out and you have all these vlogs, all these video game websites, all these magazines. I mean, how many times do you think people want to keep hearing about the same thing? How healthy do you think that is for the industry? What in your mind, how long do you think the industry itself, gaming, will accept something like that from continuously going on? It won't happen because the people won't stand for it. It's just human nature. You can't just keep drinking the same water from the same fountain. You know what you'll do? You'll go buy bottled water. Look, there's a perfect example. It'll always change. You'll add water to, oh, look, I buy Evian water. It's still fucking water in a bottle. But it's changed. And the same thing is going to happen in gaming just because the industry demands it. And the people are going to demand it. So you can't expect that Call of Duty is going to be here forever. Oh, of course you'd like it to be here forever. Of course you'd like them to listen to the changes that you ask them to make. But that's not going to happen. So, if that were the case and Activision went and paid $50 million to Bungie to sign on to their networks, and so on and so forth. And, why do you think Microsoft, when I say Microsoft does exclusive deals, I'm not saying they're doing an exclusive deal and Homefront's only going to be on the Xbox. No, they're hedging their bets. They're like, listen, we will promote Homefront and back them because, we see them as a competitor and as an alliance to Activision's Call of Duty. Because, if they want to bail on them, they got a backup plan. Every good company has a backup plan. Always going to have a backup plan. And the same thing will happen for the next game that comes along. It's a rinse and repeat process. They sign a 3-year deal for exclusivity of maps, guns, and so on and so forth to their console. They bring them on. That's like some famous YouTuber like Ray William Johnson, saying, hey, dude, I'm going to sign you a 3-year contract. You're going to be hot for 3 years. And in the meantime, you're going to get so big, why would you need me anymore? So he goes and signs somebody else new. It's the same thing Microsoft does for the Xbox Live and so on and so forth. They have the console. They have the online service. It's just too bad that Sony doesn't do the same thing and support their developers in the same way. They only support exclusive. They don't support newbie guys coming up and a cross-platform situation. That's completely different than what Xbox does. Xbox sees some light at the end of the tunnel with Homefront. They're like, let's sign these guys to an exclusive. We'll promote them, and then everybody's going to like them anyway because it's our console, and then they go cross-platform, and then people from the PS3 wonder why that they're not getting any love. Because Xbox and Microsoft take the initiative for these independent companies that are coming up and supports them. That's what Hip Hop Gamer was talking about in his own vlog. Here he is. He's talking about Homefront that is being supported by Microsoft through an exclusive deal, and Killzone 3 can't even sell 1 million copies in 4 weeks, which Homefront did in less than 1 week. So that's the type of support you get. Your own exclusive games can't even hit 1 million sales. Well, an indie or up and coming independent game like Homefront gets the love because they see the vision down the road. They understand that listen, if I help you grow, you'll help me grow. And at the same time, I got a backup bet that, listen, if Activision wants to go solo, we're covered. We produced and made this hit. Look at how I take over this middle spot for my team. Packages down. They got to come get it, so I'm locking down the center. Like, yeah, I got this. Got this, boys. I was like, I didn't know if I had to go pick it up, but then I realized it was in the middle and I had to go get it. So I was like, yeah, let me just. They're like, pick it up. They're like, go get it. So, yeah, so that's the whole thing, you guys, you have to realize it's a business out there, and, you always have to be on the cutting edge. If you're not on the cutting edge, if you're not on the edge of change and what's going to happen, then you're going to be left behind. You're going to paradigm shift changes, and you're left out in the open. That's why Microsoft knows that's their business. Look at this Claymore kill. Boom! Watch his body go flying. Here it is. So I love that. But yeah, so I'm gonna say that Socom beta, is Socom 4 for the PS3. I would definitely buy this game if I didn't have these other games coming up. It's tremendous fun. I give it 2 thumbs up. I think they did a great job, and and just to keep the name alive, that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Especially dedicated servers. Big props to them. These guys have to pay for their own servers. It's not coming. There's no. Maybe this is, they're not getting that much help from Sony like they should be getting. But anyways, 34-10. Congratulations, you won, Chief Petty Officer. It's your boy Fizz trying to break down, keep the knowledge top, keep the knowledge hot, and until next time, keeping it real. It's your boy Fizz. Wow, peace. Yeah.
Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.